Hi folks, Puffin here with the continuation of the August 16th, Antifa spell. I'm lighting the candle of magic, the light of truth. Thought I was going to let this spell be the one that burns this candle out, but the video ran out first. And it's all about arresting Trump. It's a Joe Biden spell to get Joe Biden to do his duty for the American people and arrest Trump. And the time running out is kind of a message there. You might not have time. Trump might die of natural causes before you even get a chance to arrest him. And then you won't have done your duty. I mean, it'll be good. He'll be gone. The ultimate goal achieved. But, and that's less fascism in America right there. But, Joe Biden, you have a responsibility and a duty to get rid of him and to protect the American people and the Constitution and the country. And you got to do that duty. And there's a whole bunch of people that go with him. I was talking about Zuckerberg last time, but I think it got cut off. The thing is, whoa, don't have a steady base there anymore because of all this wax from the candle of magic building up around his feet, making wax socks. The thing is, these senators and Congress traitors and judges and stuff, they're standing in the way, like the judge who just reinstated Trump's ban. That was a Trump-appointed judge. That's a traitor. Trump's a traitor, so the things that he did, and the people he appointed are also traitors, and the people who speak up for him are traitors. So it's not like you're canceling people or saying you can't run for office or you have to leave office, and you're denying them free speech if they're yelling fire in a crowded theater. Free speech doesn't cover that. And they've all been doing the same thing about trying to keep people from taking the vaccine or keep people from wearing masks. That's terrorism. That's genocide. That's part of a crime. It's not free speech for them to do that. That's yelling fire in a crowded theater or just being terrorists. I can't even really come up with the appropriate analogy for it. But it's not covered in free speech. It's being terrorists because their speech has consequences of getting people sick and costing people's lives. So we've got to stop these people, and arresting them is appropriate, and arresting them is the safest thing for them. Because when people aren't seeing them arrested, some people will take matters into their own hands, like form a posse or something. You don't really want mob justice. But the other problem is, people were expecting Trump to be arrested day one. People had identified all these things he should be arrested for while he was in office, and then there was this idea, well, you can't arrest a sitting president. So people, including I think Trump himself, were expecting him to go to jail as soon as he left office, which is why he has to insist that he's still president, still in power, because it's, in his mind, the only thing that's going to keep him out of jail. And the sad truth is, people who claim that he's running some shadow presidency, or people who think that he's still president, they're just given, they can keep thinking that as long as he's not arrested, because everybody, I think, believes that as soon as he's not president, he should be arrested. And therefore, Joe Biden, that's what this bowl represents, Joe Biden, if you don't arrest Trump, then you look like you're helping him. Now, I've already told you, see my videos, see my channel, I've already told you that the very best and most democratic thing for you to do is to admit how many people like Bernie and want Bernie to be president, to admit that Bernie deserves a turn. And you should endorse him. Joe Biden, you should endorse Bernie for 2024. And then Bernie should say, I only need one term. And he should say, I'm ready to endorse AOC for 2028. This will really cheese Trump and Putin and all the Trumpers off, all the fascists. It'll make them mad. Because it's the restoration of democracy, saying it's not about a person, it's not about a tyrant, it's about ideals. It's about dreams, collective dreams that we share, communal dreams that we share and can make real, and can dream even bigger and better once everybody is able to sleep peacefully and dream. And that includes the Trumpers. You guys should have a guilty conscience for all the Americans and millions of people around the world who you killed with your lies. Y'all have a guilty conscience for that. Just like Jaden X should have a guilty conscience for getting Ashley Babbitt shot, and Rudy Giuliani should have a guilty conscience for promoting him, and they should be arrested for their part that Putin wrote for them. So there goes, looks like the flame may be out. There goes the candle of magic. The light of truth has extinguished this candle. And since I don't think this one's going to relight again, we'll get a fresh candle, because there is still currently fascism. But I would be very happy if this is the last time we have to do a spell to arrest Trump. Because once he's arrested, he stays arrested, or whatever happens to him. And just don't be afraid of that. Like, that needs to happen. And these people, if you're worried, oh, these people are going to protest or get upset if you arrest Trump, they're protesting over having to wear masks. Do you see this? They're all already out in your schools, protesting your schools for having to wear masks. That's as many of them as there are. Go ahead and round them up there. Yelling fire in a crowded theater. Yelling no Trump virus in a Trump virus pandemic. So they're already freaking out over having to wear masks. Arrest Trump. They're not going to freak out more, or if they do, just be ready to round them up. Like, you should know who they are by now because you've seen them at their stupid mask protests. And it's not like all those people are like parents of school children. Those people are all your Trumpers gathered together trying to spread a Trump virus genocide at Putin's direction with the help of Facebook. Zuckerberg is the biggest player in this. You got to nationalize Facebook, seize all of his properties. Again, don't mistreat Facebook employees because they probably don't know. Because just like everybody else, he's good at like duping people. But Zuckerberg himself definitely did know. Needs to be in jail for genocide and terrorism. Well, and messing with our democracy. And we can seize Facebook. Okay, nationalize Facebook means every country gets their own Facebook. That way, everybody's invested in doing it, and nobody's like mad about it, because every country just runs their own. And then you can have like a UN oversight or something, like some type of international board. But there goes the light again. Thanks for watching. We're gonna do some more Antifa spells on this channel, just with a fresh candle if this one's done. But as you can see, we want to get every bit out of there, because yeah, Ted Cruz, DeSantis, Abbott, these people trying to spread the virus in different ways, Rand Paul, there shouldn't be any question. They should be in jail. They should already be in jail. The sooner they're in jail, the safer it is for all of us, and the safer it is for them. Because when people get disillusioned with the system and be like, look, y'all aren't trying to prosecute these people. They're already flying planes, or they have been flying planes over Trump's golf course with signs and stuff. It's like people are doing what they can within reason to make these people feel ashamed and upset. Do your part, Joe Biden. Do your part, American government, to protect people. Now, a point I was making in the last video was just that if you've got President Joe, who is allowed some cops to be arrested, which is good, it's progress, but he's still not like full-on press, let's get rid of all bad cops. And that's what you need. When Black Lives Matter got you elected, you need that focus in your presidency, like day one, in addition to all the trying to get rid of the Trump virus. And you haven't had that enough. You've stood basically still too much with the cops. And then, when it comes to Trump threatening the cops, we have that story from Andrew McCabe, former CIA director, I think, or FBI director or something, saying that, yes, Trump's statements are a threat to the Capitol Police, who shot the Trump insurrectionist Ashley Babbitt. When Jaden X is, again, the one who got her caught, by the way. See my rap. Regulators, Jaden X first for details. It's like, why do we need an FBI director to tell us that? Everybody can tell that's what Trump meant in his comments. But now that they made a news story about the FBI director saying it, it seems like that's all building the case for this is why you need to arrest Trump. But everybody's convinced. Like I said, most Americans, well, all Americans, because Trumpers basically burned their American cards, got their American cards revoked when they decided to follow Trump. But Americans want Trump arrested. They want this nightmare to be over, and for us to investigate all the ways that it's seeped into our country and our government. Get rid of these judges and FBI agents who are corrupt and stuff, the ones who are part of it. Get rid of all these agents and the congressmen and senators. Just get all these people into jail so that they can't be threatening us anymore. Like, it's what you do as the leader of our government. So I'm going to leave it at that for now and hope that we make some progress on that as this wax spills and this candle dies and a good chunk of that resin burns away. And we say goodbye to fascism, goodbye to Trump. We don't want to have to hear about you anymore. We don't want you making more news than the actual president anymore. Because our president, President Joe, needs to make that news story that Trump has been arrested. Safer for everyone, including Trump. Safest for everyone. Safer in jail. So, thanks for watching. Please make it happen. And also, just go ahead and start planning and let them know you're going to endorse Bernie Sanders in 2024. He deserves his turn. The American people who support those ideals deserve that representation and the power of the presidency to make it happen. And then, I hope Bernie will say, hey, I want to endorse AOC or whoever is the best. But I could imagine it would be AOC. Or that she would at least be the one that makes the Trumpers realize how this is going and throw a fit or whatever. But they'll have already thrown a fit, 'cause they've already thrown a fit about masks. If they're going to throw that big a fit about masks, they don't have any fit left in them for when you arrest Trump. So just go ahead and arrest Trump. It's the right thing to do. Everybody knows it. Everybody wants it. And everybody's going to feel much better when you do it. So I'm going to leave it on that. I really wanted to let this burn out. But if we can get one more out of this candle, I will. Otherwise, I'll just replace it with a fresh candle if it's not gone. But I really do expect there has to be a day when, again, if you don't get him, maybe natural causes will get him, and then you don't get credit for it. Protect democracy. Show your commitment to democracy by getting the guy who tried to overthrow it. Not that hard. Thanks, Americans. Thanks, everyone around the world, for watching and helping. But I do like to stress that we're the Americans that has made us patriotic to be the ones who, when Trump betrayed the entire country and all these people decided to go with him and betray the country as well, we're the ones left, like the winnowing fire, to make a better country. But we've got to get rid of the evil.